If we're going to use water in cooking, one of the things that water can be used for is actually sterilizing. So we're going to discuss a recipe where we're going to be using sterile jars as well as water in the recipe itself. So if we're using water to sterilize jars, what we want to do is we're going to heat the water very, very hot, and we're going to use that water to pre-sterilize the jars themselves. It comes down to the science of it. If you think about it, we want to make sure that those bacteria and other microbes are compromised or killed off completely. So we want to submerge the items into boiling water to kill off those microbes. And we want to do it for 10 or more minutes. So let's discuss jellies. If you're making something like a strawberry jelly, that canning process is shorter than the 10-minute window to kill all the microbes. Thus, if the canning product, like a jam or a jelly, does not allow for 10 or more minutes under pressure to kill those microbes, the chef should think about pre-sterilizing those jars. So if we're sterilizing the mason jars, those glass jars with the lids that you classically think of with old American canning, what we're going to need is we need the jars themselves, a large pot with a lid, a canning rack or any other type of rack that fits inside the pot that's made of metal, a saucepan, tongs, and a kitchen towel. What we're going to do first is wash the jars, the lids, and the bands in hot soapy water. Rinse those, and then once they're rinsed, put the rack inside the pot and put the jars on top of that rack. Put the lids and bands into a saucepan, so you got a couple things going on at once. Next, fill the pot and the saucepan with water and boil the pot for 10 minutes and simmer until you're going to be getting those things out or using it. Then we have you simmering the saucepan with the lids and bands and have those simmering until you're about to use them as well. Then remove the jars from the pot just before filling, and you're going to use the tongs to remove those from the pot because you don't want to burn your hands, number one, and you don't want to contaminate them, number two. So the tongs themselves should be, again, a metal set of tongs that they themselves have been sterilized. Then what we're going to do is shake the excess water, transfer to a clean kitchen towel, and have them ready to put things in.